Hey there, and welcome back to FutureCron. If you've been keeping up with my blogs for the past few years, you already know that I'm always on the lookout for the latest and greatest fresh out of the box prophecies. And guess what? I never leave my readers hanging. As these prophecies begin to materialize, I keep you in the loop with regular updates and, of course, my final proof of prophecy reports. Right now, we have some seriously exciting stuff going on. We're seeing the early stages of a banking meltdown. A cryptocurrency bull market is starting to take shape, and there are whispers of an authoritarian central bank digital currency, or CBDC, on the horizon. But before you start freaking out, take a deep breath and listen up. There's plenty of time to get ready and make some serious gains if you're in the know. So let's start with a quick update on what's happening in the world of cryptocurrency. I've got a really big surprise for those of you who want to get in early on an investment that could go to the moon. But first, a word from our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by Moon Reading. I'm talking about your astrological moon sign and moon phase. Yes, the sign and phase of the moon at the exact moment of your birth reveals more about you than you could possibly imagine. Together they influence your strengths and passions and reveal your potential for abundance, love, and prosperity. And today, you can get yours for free by visiting futurecron.com/free. That's FutureCron with a K. But be warned, your reading may reveal some highly personal and intimate information, so get ready and proceed with an open mind. Get yours today. It's free.
So, if you're a greedy little booger like me, I bet you're wondering if you're going to get rich with cryptocurrency this year. And that, my friends, is something I cannot answer for you. That's because I'm not allowed to give financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a little old psychic, but I'm pretty good at predicting major dips like last year's May crash. As a matter of fact, FutureCron readers were warned well in advance that it was coming. I also predicted the Bitcoin double bottom, which did in fact form, although even I doubted my prediction at the time. And I promised that this year would be pretty darn bullish. And so far, we're off to a decent start. However, just a quick warning about July and August of this year, which could bring in this year's biggest crypto correction, so mark your calendars, and be sure to subscribe to my newsletter for more specific details. If you're not in the market yet, and you are waiting for a good time to start investing in crypto, this dip would be a great time, because from there on out, we should see the bull run continue right into 2024. In the meantime, guys, don't be fooled by those crazy crypto bulls who are already screaming that a mega bull run is here. I see a much more conservative run through midsummer, very choppy action, like 10 to 20% gains on the bigger coins, then a pullback. Rinse, lather, repeat. So be aware of this hype. Now, if you're not a big-time swing trader, and just a regular little old investor like me who takes my spare change and throws it into my investment account when the prices are low, then you'll love the 2024 crypto play that I'm about to tell you about. But I'll save that for later, so listen to the end. In the meantime, here's the thing. As we all know, the crypto market is closely tied to the banking system. After all, what good is Bitcoin if you can't move it from your crypto wallet into a fungible currency that you can actually spend on stuff? And, as I'll explain in the last segment of this episode, central banksters could instantly kill the crypto market, and in particular Bitcoin, by prohibiting trade of your precious Bitcoin for a new CBDC. But first, let's review what's currently going on in the banking system because it's important to understand. I'm amazed at how many people I talk to who don't even have a clue about what the current Silicon Valley Bank collapse means for the entire economy. So listen up.
The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. It lends money to some of the biggest names in the tech world and is the largest bank to fail since the 2008 financial crisis.
A lot of the tech CEOs who were here trying to get their money out, they did not want to go on camera. They were telling me a lot of their workers still don't know they may not get paid next week. That's why one CEO was even telling me they may have to scale back or even shut down if they can't get another loan. So Juliet,
So check it out. On Friday, California's banking regulators shut down this startup-focused lender called SVB Financial Group. And get this, it's the biggest bank failure since the financial crisis in '08. Now, I don't think this bank failing is the end-all be-all for the whole banking system just yet. In my last video, I gave a heads up that the bank bail-ins are coming, but not until around 2026 or so. And yeah, it's going to suck for a lot of people, but there's more to the story here. If you're like me and you're just a small business or an individual banking customer, you might be thinking, why should I even care? Well, let me tell you, even if the FDIC is there to ensure deposits, what about the folks with more than $250,000 in the bank? This could turn into a major disaster. But some folks are thinking the Federal Reserve might actually be planning a complete reset of the U.S. currency to something nobody wants. Most of us will be stuck with a nearly worthless digital currency that the big banks can use to their advantage. I am even expecting the wealth gap to widen like never before, leaving us regular folks in the dust. Yikes. I know, it sounds crazy. But just look at President Biden bailing out his rich buddies in Silicon Valley with our money. It makes you wonder if he'd do the same for you and me, right? And while it might have been the smart thing to do to prevent a domino effect, the feds will definitely let the banking system collapse when they're ready to shove a new digital currency down our throats. Believe it or not, a centralized digital currency is totally in the works, so get ready for some serious changes ahead. I'll let this expert at Coin Bureau explain it to you.
Governments around the world are itching to develop their own central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, and today more than 90% of all central banks are working on them. As the name suggests, a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, is a digital currency that's issued by a country's central bank. There are actually two types of CBDC: wholesale CBDCs, which will be used by select individuals and institutions, and retail CBDCs, which will be used by regular folks like you and me. In other words, there will be two CBDC systems, one for the people in power and one for the rest of us. The CBDC developments I'll be discussing today pertain to retail CBDCs. This is because existing research by central banks about retail CBDCs suggest they will have some seriously dystopian qualities. These include controlling how much you can save, how much you can spend, and where you can spend it. The ability to truly own your assets and decide how they are used is the real definition of financial freedom. You could have trillions of dollars of CBDC in your account, but you will never be truly in control of that money, nor any assets that trade against CBDCs, which will eventually be most of them.
Okay, so Guy the crypto guy, as he calls himself at Coin Bureau, highlights the fact that the privately held Federal Reserve, which controls the US dollar and our economy by default, will have two tiers of currency, one for the elite and one for the rest of us. I don't know if you remember an expert called Jim Willey who years ago predicted this would happen. Well, he referred to the retail CBDC as the crap dollar, but he used a much harsher term for it than I'm allowed to say here. In any case, Guy suggests just about every country is rolling out their new crap dollar, with the Bitcoin leading the pack. Their scheduled rollout is 2025. And guess what? They plan to block Bitcoin, meaning if you want to convert Bitcoin to this new digital currency in order to pay bills, buy some food, or pay off your mortgage, you're buggered. And you'd better believe the digital euro will follow suit, which is why I'm predicting that Bitcoin will completely lose its value by 2026. So prepare yourselves. And I want to add that I don't see Bitcoin ever bouncing back after that. However, there are still investment opportunities in the crypto space on the technology side, because each of these digital currencies will require a tried and tested backbone. And here, Guy the crypto guy clued me into just two of these potential tech plays. One of them I predict will soar in price all the way through 2027. Can you guess which one? Take a listen.
Australia seems to be open to using crypto projects to power its CBDC. That's because one of Australia's largest banks recently leveraged Ethereum and Algorand to launch an Aussie dollar stablecoin. The Australian central bank is expected to have its first CBDC pilots finished by mid-year. Struth.
So, who'll be the big winner? In my opinion, it will be Algorand, or ALGO, which sounds strange because Ethereum has been such a superstar to date, but I just don't see them coming out on top, so go figure. This is my personal prediction based on the type of investor that I am. You know, save a little extra on groceries and throw that into my investment account when prices are down and cross your fingers. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose, especially when it comes to the crypto market. Finally, I want to add my own prediction for CBDCs, and that is, I don't think America will put up with a CBDC for long, maybe 2 to 4 years tops. I suspect that there could be multiple digital currencies, perhaps controlled by various regions of the United States, rather than a private group of elites at the Federal Reserve or the Bank of International Settlements, which is a central bank of central banks, or the 0.00001%. I guess in this way, we could see the breakup of the USA as we know it today, which is something I began predicting prior to 2016. So let's see what unfolds.
There you have it. I hope you enjoyed all the juicy psychic insights. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.